What's up, guys? MrGimms back again for another GimmsRant. Hope everyone's having a great day. Today I want to talk about a controversial subject. Bear with me here. So I have a follower called Jar Jar on Twitch, who's a really nice guy. He loves talking about creative ideas. FNAF, he talks about all sorts. He's into pop culture. It's one of those. And we found out that the talking or the mentioning of FNAF on the Dead by Daylight subreddit has been banned. And I don't take Reddit too seriously. I never have. I visited a couple of times here and there, but apart from that, I don't really care. I get all my news from the Dead by Daylight official forums. You guys know I do the Dead by series. It's mainly just on the forums. That's pretty much all we're doing. So when I heard it was banned from there, I didn't know if it was under different management or whatever, or, whatever, different mods, whatever. And when it was banned, I was sort of like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But I didn't really, put too much validity into it. I didn't really care too much. But then we found out that talking about FNAF is banned on the forums because it's controversial. So this video is going to be, it's going to aim to teach us all why it's, controversial. I want everyone watching this video to come to your own opinions, your own ideas, your own ideals about it, what you think, where you stand. We're going to be talking about the creator of FNAF, Scott Cawthon himself. But before all that, I want to show the evidence as to how it, what happened between Jar Jar and having the post banned on the forums. Okay, so let's just go through this together. So yeah, I asked Jar Jar, why don't you just post something about FNAF in the forums and just see how long it takes? Maybe you won't get banned. Maybe this is all bullshit. And he talks about ideas about chapters all the time. Anyway, so this isn't out of sort of Jar Jar's behavior. You know what I mean? It's not out of his behavior to talk about stuff like this. He's done it before. He'll do it again. So he goes, in my honest opinion, FNAF would be a very wise business move on behavior's part, as it will increase the player and increase the game's rates for killers and survivors. Yep. I honestly want Springtrap in the game and hope he joins the game. And then you get social justice warrior #1 come in. Whatever his name is. Fun fact, FNAF as a topic is banned in the official DVD subreddit. Great. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you. So let's just critically break it down. To me, this is neither offensive, unproductive. It's not targeting anyone. It's not, a racial slur. It's not doing anything. He's just literally sharing his opinion on the Dead by Daylight forums, official forums, which is something that we're all, as fans, are supposed to be allowed to do. Yet, Mandy bans him. Mandy talks. Social justice warrior #2. So it was removed from the forums and Mandy gave this response. Mandy talks. Making threads to see if you can get banned is not welcome here in the slightest. Furthermore, you have plenty of other threads on the same topic. Please refrain from making threads about the same topic over and over. We'll get to that. Attempting to bait this community on this forum is not wanted here. That is, to me, such a large amount of insinuation. It's absolutely crazy, Mandy. You. Making threads to see if you get banned. So were you either watching my stream when we were talking about it live on stream, or you're just insinuating that he is trying to get banned, or seeing if his post will get removed, or seeing if it's spicy or whatever? So, I'll call bullshit on that. Furthermore, you have plenty of other threads on the same topic. He loves talking about it on the DVD forums with your community. He loves sharing stories with your community. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Attempting to bait this community on this forum is not wanted here. Talk about bait. How could you honestly talk about bait when Sluzzy still exists on your forums? There are so many people who bait shit on the forums, but maybe, just maybe, he's actually trying to talk about it as well. I understand he made the post after the fact that it was banned on Reddit, but let's call a spade here. You were going to ban this anyway without this bullshit excuse that you've given him. Yeah? Are we all up to date with this so far? FNAF is banned on subreddit and DVD official forums. You're not even allowed to talk about it. Cool. I now want to point your attention to an article that was written in 2021, June, I believe, Five Nights at Freddy's controversy explained. Creator Scott Cawthon steps down amid scandal. Just read that header. Amid scandal. God, get a grip. Right, let's read this, because I think once I've read this to you guys, you might get a better understanding of what the controversy means, what it is, what happened, and how Scott responded. Whether it was negative or positive, I'll let you guys decide, but I will give you my personal thoughts. Scott Cawthon, the creator of the wildly popular jump scare video game franchise Five Nights at Freddy's, has retired amid controversy and scandal. Okay. Cawthon's retirement followed revelations that the FNAF developer has made numerous financial donations to Republican candidates, including Mitch McConnell, and Donald Trump. When the FNAF community discovered these donations, backlash ensued. The only Democrat Cawthon has donated money to is controversial Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. I love it how she's just controversial. Everything's controversial. Everything's a scandal. We haven't explained why yet. Oh, unless you're talking about him donating to Republicans, if you want to call that a scandal. Interesting. Many in the LGBTQ community, which compromises a large part of the FNAF fanbase, which is true, viewed this as an affront, supporting political candidates that the queer community views as harmful to LGBTQ Americans, sparked anger and a sense of betrayal among many fans. Okay. The backlash quickly became a massive overreaction. Cawthon was doxxed, his private information leaked online, and began receiving threats. My wife is 6 weeks pregnant, and she spent last night in fear because of what was being said online. She has already been struggling with her pregnancy, so seeing her so afraid really scared me, Cawthon wrote in a long post at the FNAF subreddit after the controversy gained steam. I love it out when it gains steam. It's like, oh my god, the controversy is trending. All this because I exercise my right and my duty as an American citizen to vote and support for the candidates who I felt could best run the country for everyone. And that's something I won't apologize for. Neither should you. Cawthon does not apologize in this post, but he did make it clear that he supports his LGBTQ fans and that his financial support for these candidates had nothing to do with gay or trans rights issues. Here's Cawthon explaining at length why he voted and supported for these candidates. So just to keep things in perspective, so basically the controversy and the scandal so far, from what I'm reading, from what I'm taking from this, is that he supported and voted for Republican Party members and, one Democrat, which is, whatever. That's fine. I would like to outline that he can support whoever the fuck he wants. It's his money. It's his right. He can do what he wants. I just find it really weird that just because he voted for somebody, how does that make him a bigot? How does that make him a scumbag? How does that make him instantly racist or, against trans rights and all that stuff? Very weird jump. But it's Twitter, but we'll get to that. For those who took the time to look, you saw that the candidates I supported, including men, women, white people, black people, Republicans, and Democrats. I supported Kimberly Clackick in Baltimore because I believe that she really cared for the African American community there and wanted to pull them out of poverty. I believe she could really make a difference in a time when so many black communities were struggling. She lost, unfortunately. I supported Tulsi Gabbard, a Democrat, even though I disagree with her on several issues, which is totally normal to do that. Like, to agree on everything with somebody is very rare in this world. For some reason, people don't think so. Because I felt she have been a good and a fair president. And yes, I supported President Trump because I felt he was the best man to fuel a strong economy, which he did, and stand up for America's enemies abroad, of which there are many. Even if there were candidates who had better things to say to the LGBTQ community directly and bigger promises to make, I believe that their stances on other issues would have ended up doing much greater harm to those communities than good. All of this explanation, I fear, is wasted as people don't want to discuss with one another anymore. They want endless apologies and submission. People who are expecting those from me will get neither. I'm a Republican, I'm a Christian, I'm pro-life, I believe in God. I also believe in equality and in science and in common sense. Despite what some may say, all of those things can go together. That's not an apology or promise to change. It's the way it has always been. If I get cancelled, I get cancelled. I don't do this for the money anymore. I do it because I enjoy it. If people think I'm doing more harm than good now, then maybe it's better that I get cancelled and retire. I would accept that. I've had a fulfilling career. Besides, most things that people can take from you are things that never had much value to begin with. So guys, that's it. That's the controversy explained. So for a lot of you who didn't want to do the research yourself or didn't really care to look into it but still wanted to know, I wanted to make a video that encapsulated exactly what happened, how it went down. It was massive droves of Twitter cancel culture. That's what eventually got him. That's what, you know, sort of gathered the steam, if you will. And it gave him a bad name, and eventually leading to doxed, finding out his address, threatening his wife. They said some horrible things to his wife if you actually look into it and find them. I'm not going to show it here. It's just the filth of the internet that got him. The absolute bottom drag filth that's on Twitter got to him. As an American, he can vote for and support whoever the hell he wants. Many millionaires, celebrities, people of notable value do it every day. But for some reason, the narrative was, and this is like exactly how it went. Scott Cawthon supports Republicans / Donald Trump equals Scott Cawthon is racist, homophobic, and transphobic. How did it jump to that? You're not getting it from Scott Cawthon yourself. So how did that, that's a giant leap. Racism and homophobia is a massive leap. And unless you have the evidence of it, what the fuck what are you doing? So Scott Cawthon chose to decide, he decided to retire early and, you know, just spend some time with his kids. If you keep reading that article, which I'll link below, yeah, he's enjoying his time off and making games for his kids in his private time. He's happy. He didn't apologize. He doesn't have to. The controversy wasn't a controversy. It was he supported some Republicans. Which brings me to DBD and behavior. What the hell are you guys doing? You guys preach freedom of speech, freedom of expression, all over your Twitter all the time. And yet, the mention of FNAF all of a sudden is getting people banned. It's getting deleted, posts are being deleted, and the community cannot further communicate about especially chapter ideas leading closer to the 6th year anniversary. Do you guys want to do this anymore? You can't have your cake and eat it too. You guys are censoring people's opinions, thoughts. My God. Do you know how bad that is? Do you actually know how serious that is? Suppressing people's thoughts and opinions is like, what kind of fucking world do we live in? I've got a daughter. I would never, ever in my wildest dreams try to suppress her thoughts or her feelings. I want her to think that life's tough, but she can do anything if she puts her mind to it. But if she thinks a certain way, like, do I just shut that shit down in my setting, in my house? I don't think that's something I should be doing. I am absolutely disgusted with you behavior. And this is a new level of just bigotry, and it's hateful at the end of the day. It's hateful from you to suppress this side, talking about FNAF. They're not even talking about Scott Cawthon anymore, which is kind of funny, the creator. They're just talking about FNAF. It's got a disgusting legacy now. It's full of racists and bigots, and you guys are suppressing people's thoughts, opinions, and sharing ideas. Like, it's supposed to be an open forum. If they were saying something disrespectful or racist, I'd completely understand why you remove it. But this is not the case. I have no hope for your company at all. Your propaganda and politics it just doesn't surprise me anymore. It doesn't surprise me. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry this was a very serious video. I am absolutely enraged right now. I'd like to thank Jar Jar for sharing that with me as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mandy Talks, go fuck yourself. I have to reevaluate some things because I don't even want to be in earshot of these developers anymore. It's disgusting. That's all I've got for you.